Welcome back to Madrid Pulse, your home for everything Real Madrid. Here, we break down the latest transfer news, tactical insights, and updates on our beloved club, so make sure you stay tuned if you want to be at the heart of everything happening with Los Blancos. Real Madrid have made their stance very clear regarding Aurélien Tchouameni, and the message could not be stronger. The French midfielder is untouchable, and the club have proven this with their recent decision to reject a massive $100 million offer from Premier League side Newcastle United. According to reports from Fichajes, the offer was immediately turned down, and Madrid have since raised their valuation of Tchouameni to over $200 million. That figure is less of a price tag and more of a statement to the rest of Europe. The midfielder is not going anywhere. This firm position from the board highlights just how highly they value the player, not just as another member of the squad, but as an essential part of Xabi Alonso's new project. For the hierarchy at the Santiago Bernabeu, Tchouameni represents stability, quality, and a long-term solution in the midfield. He is one of the cornerstones upon which the team's future is being built, and the belief is strong that selling him, even for an extraordinary sum, would be a grave mistake. Inside the club, the message has been made crystal clear. Tchouameni is not for sale, not even for $200 million. This tells you everything you need to know about the trust and confidence Real Madrid have placed in him. Just a year ago, there were murmurs of criticism as he struggled to fully adapt to life at the Bernabeu. But the transformation under Alonso has been remarkable. Today, the Frenchman is one of the first names on the team sheet and has silenced all doubts with his performances. On the pitch, Tchouameni has become a model of consistency. His composure on the ball, ability to read the game, and natural strength in breaking up opposition attacks make him invaluable. Statistically, his importance cannot be overstated. Last season, he was among the top 3 players in the squad for ball recoveries per match and consistently ranked as one of the best in duels won. His presence in midfield provides the perfect balance between defense and attack, something Alonso has relied on heavily in his system. Without Tchouameni, the team would lose a great deal of control in the middle of the park. Alonso's tactical approach requires stability in midfield, and this is where Tchouameni thrives. His positioning allows other creative players like Jude Bellingham and Federico Valverde to push forward with freedom, knowing that there is a strong shield behind them. He is the anchor that keeps the structure intact, ensuring Madrid dominate not only possession, but also the transitions where games are so often won or lost. Fans and teammates alike have begun to appreciate just how vital he has become. Newcastle's interest in Tchouameni is a sign of their growing ambition. The Premier League side have been trying to assemble a squad capable of competing with the very best in Europe, and targeting a player of Tchouameni's caliber shows just how far their ambitions stretch. However, their attempt was met with an immediate and firm rejection. Real Madrid's stance has been unwavering. Tchouameni is staying at the Santiago Bernabeu, and no amount of money will change that. For Madrid fans, this is reassuring news. There is a sense that the team is entering a new era under Xabi Alonso, and to lose a player as crucial as Tchouameni during this rebuilding phase would risk destabilizing the entire project. At just 24 years old, the Frenchman is still developing, and his ceiling appears to be incredibly high. The board believe that his best years are ahead of him and that he can grow into a true leader for the team, much like Casemiro once was during Madrid's golden era of Champions League triumphs. Tchouameni's profile fits perfectly with Madrid's long-term vision. The club has invested heavily in young talent such as Eduardo Camavinga, Jude Bellingham, and Arda Güler, and Tchouameni is at the heart of that new generation. Together, they are forming a midfield that could dominate European football for the next decade. Selling him now, especially after he has started to flourish, would go against everything the club has been building. For the fans, seeing Tchouameni embrace his role in Alonso's system is a joy. His growth represents the kind of smart planning and patience that has allowed Madrid to stay at the top for decades. The fact that he turned criticism into motivation, winning over both the coach and the supporters, makes his story even more inspiring. He is not just another signing, he is becoming part of the club's identity. As Real Madrid continue to chase silverware this season, having a player like Tchouameni in the heart of midfield will be essential. His influence on and off the pitch is growing, and the club is determined to make sure he remains at the Bernabeu for years to come. So while other clubs might circle with their big money offers, Real Madrid fans can rest assured. Aurélien Tchouameni is here to stay, and he is set to play a leading role in the next great chapter of Los Blancos history. A young Mexican talent, just 16 years old, is attracting the attention of the Spanish giants, and his name is starting to make serious noise in European football circles. Gilberto Mora Zambrano, currently playing for Club Tijuana in Mexico, is rapidly emerging as one of the brightest prospects in North American football. Despite his young age, Mora Zambrano has already shown qualities that have made scouts and coaches sit up and take notice. His season so far has been nothing short of remarkable. In just 6 matches, he has scored 3 goals, displaying a natural striker's instinct and a calmness in front of goal that is rare for someone his age. More than just goals, though, his maturity, decision-making, and ability to adapt within a team framework have separated him from many other players in his generation. For Real Madrid, this profile is nothing new. The club has always been known for its vision to bring in promising players at an early age and develop them into global stars. The model has worked time and time again. Vinicius Jr., brought in as a teenager from Flamengo, has become a face of the club. Eduardo Camavinga, signed young from Rennes, has matured into one of the most versatile players in Europe. Jude Bellingham, though slightly older when he arrived, is another clear example of how Real Madrid's recruitment strategy goes beyond just numbers. It is about identifying character, intelligence, and the ability to thrive under pressure. Mora Zambrano now finds himself on a path that could mirror these success stories if the deal materializes. What makes this possible signing so intriguing is not just his output on the pitch, but the way he plays the game. He is not limited to being a pure goal scorer. Rather, he has the ability to link up with teammates, find spaces between the lines, and involve himself in build-up play. These traits are particularly attractive for Real Madrid, who demand versatility, intelligence, and technical precision from their players. Scouts from the club have reportedly been monitoring his every move, analyzing his growth, physical potential, and mental strength. At 16, he is still developing, but the early signs suggest that he possesses the attributes necessary to succeed in Europe. The idea within the club, should the move go ahead, is to integrate him gradually into the Real Madrid system. Most likely, he would begin at Real Madrid Castilla, the stepping stone where so many great players have passed through on their way to the first team. This would allow Mora Zambrano to adapt to the pace, style, and intensity of European football while being nurtured under the philosophy and training methods of La Fábrica. Such a move would be more than just a transfer. It would be an investment in the future, aligning perfectly with Real Madrid's long-term project of developing talents who can eventually wear the famous white shirt at the Santiago Bernabeu. In Tijuana, the excitement is already palpable. For the club and its supporters, the possibility of seeing one of their own make the leap to one of the biggest clubs in world football is a source of pride and motivation. For Mexican football as a whole, this potential move represents another step in closing the gap between local leagues and the top European competitions. Mora Zambrano could become a role model for other young Mexican players dreaming of making it to the elite stage. However, while the buzz continues to grow, it is important to remember that nothing is finalized yet. With the transfer window entering its decisive final days, Real Madrid faces a key decision: whether to move now and secure the young forward, or to wait a little longer to see how he continues to develop. The pressure is mounting, as other European clubs are also circling, aware of the potential that Mora Zambrano holds. Every match he plays seems to strengthen the case for a move, and each performance could be the difference between staying in Mexico for another season or stepping into the biggest challenge of his young career. For Madridistas, the excitement lies in the possibility of seeing another young gem join the family. Real Madrid has built its legacy not only on superstars but also on vision. The ability to recognize and nurture talent before the rest of the world catches on. Gilberto Mora. Zambrano may be just 16, but the whispers around him are already loud enough to suggest that he could be one of the next big names. If Real Madrid decide to take the leap, fans can be sure that the club is not only thinking about the present, but also laying the groundwork for the future. And in football, as Madrid has shown time and again, the future can arrive faster than anyone expects.